Hi everybody, Dave Yelovic with Homes Built Right. Air filters, what's good, what's not so good, and what should we really be doing in the 21st century? Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Some people have been asking me, hey Dave, air filters, should I be getting this at the big box stores or that? And so let's take just a quick minute or two and talk about this stuff. Now back in the 20th century, we used to use these things, but as you can see, I think you can see me through these things. These are just basically fiberglass filters, and if you give them a chance, you can put your fingers through them because they don't hold a whole lot back. As you can see, there's just no mystery to them. So much filtering power, but hey, that's what we had years gone by. So then they came out with media filters. And for my purposes today, I'm going to use this size. This is where is it? Right here. 25 by 20 by 1 inch filter. That's this size. That's pretty standard just about everywhere. You can get that anywhere, but hey, we're not, get rid of that one. Now, media filters, they come in, and they're a series of V shapes, right? And they come in a cardboard little frame, and they go from there. But the media filters, there's 1 inch and there's 4 inch generally. And so I recommend a pleated filter. Now they'll come in MERV ratings. MERV is a rating system for filters. The higher the number, the more it filters, the more particles, the smaller the particles it'll filter out. You want something I recommend between 10 and 13. They can go from 13 to 18 or 16, but that could start choking off your machine. That's a whole other story. We want the machine to work well and efficiently. So we started off, and I tell people that I purposely destroyed, there was a filter in here, so no, there would be a filter, but I purposely destroyed a 20 by 25 by 1 inch filter. And as you can see, one thing I point out on these things is do figure out right there where it says, hey, which way does the air flow? Please put these in the right way. If you'll notice in our picture behind us, this is a media filter up in the attic, and all the filters will say, hey, it's got to go toward the machine. So here's my machine, that's where the cooling coil is. So from the filter, the air always goes into the machine. Pretty simple way to figure it out when you're facing your machine. If it's a ceiling fixture or a ceiling filter, that's easy, it goes up into the attic, so it's going to point upward. But if it's a media filter like this, again, it's going to point toward me into the machine. So I took that thing and I pulled it apart because I said, hey, it's all about surface area. Remember that fiberglass one was just 25 by 20 by 1. That's it, full of holes, fiberglass, really no good for filtering. And so then I took a pleated filter, I took it apart, and this is what I found. This was 25 inches by 20 by 1. And I took it apart and I stretched it out, got rid of the V shapes, and it's now about 36 inches by 25 by, well, it's flat. Now it's just you can see where the folds were, but it's all about surface area of filtering ability, if you will. So the more surface area I got, the more it could filter the air. The more surface area I got, the more air that can go through it. So this is pretty good. I took that 20 by 25 and I've stretched it out to 36 inches. Hey, pretty cool stuff. This one, also the big box stores have their own ratings for filters. I don't know why. I'm happy with the MERV ratings. This one they said was a FPR or something like 5. That's middle of the road. But again, you can't see me through it. It'll stop most common stuff. But hey, what if you want better than that? Okay, what if you've got a media filter like this? It's 4 inches thick. You can say, hey, well, I did the same thing with this one. It wasn't pretty, but it started out like, normal. It was a 20 by 25 by 4 type of deal from Honeywell. But as you can see, I destroyed it. For you, for science, I said, hey, I want to see, so if that other one was stretched out to 36 inches or so, what do you think a 4 inch filter will stretch out to? Maybe, I'm thinking maybe 48 inches, maybe a little wider, right? I was shocked. And guess what? It's right here. Let me show you. So here's the beginning of that filter. Again, it was coiled up in that little box. You can see here's the, it's like an accordion. But I took it out of that box, I destroyed it, and it's now, it's Look at this thing. It's this, I'm just going to keep going. And that's the miracle of media filters that are 4 inches thick. So here's the end. So kind of amazing. But what I'll tell you is that the ceiling here in my office is 8 feet tall. And I can look down here and I've got more than 2 feet of slack down there on the floor. So this is over 10 feet long. That's filtering surface for my media filter. That's why this can go up to 4 or 5 months between changes. That 1-inch filter, every month or so. This one goes much longer because I got more filtering surface. So that was a MERV 11. Again, MERV 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there. A really great filter. So that's the difference. Pleated filters are what I think are the way to go. The 1-inch filters, if you have to go with that because that's what's in your ceiling or your wall, go with that. But if you have a 4-inch media filter, again, get a nice MERV rating on that and know that this thing could go a long time between changes because it's got a lot of surface area to filter the air in your house. So that's it. Just a quick history from all the way back from the previous century of fiberglass filters that really didn't filter much to the onslaught of pleated filters, starting with the 1-inch filters, and now media filters that are pleated that are up to 4 inches wide, even bigger in some cases, and really, really huge amounts of filtering surface. So hope you learned a few things. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next video from Homes Built Right. So long, everybody.